You are listening to Bang Radio.
So the sexual life is about, man, being you, being real, being an expression of yourself, and truly valuing sex, truly valuing the potential that you have within you, that you already have. You don't need it from somebody else. You don't need it from something from the outside. You don't need to follow a model. These are all tools to unearth the expression that is already pure within you. Everything to live a good social life, a good sexual life, happiness, your own health, your own physicality is already within you. You just need to know how to get it out. And what we're talking about here is doing whatever it takes. You know, in episode 105, man, it inspired so much. It inspired this article that I wrote that, man, go to thesexualllife.com/105 and check it out. You know, what we talk about here is, it just goes so much more in depth in the article. And plus, you can download the Guide to Good Sex and all that other stuff. So whether you're watching this on YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher, or listening to it on iTunes and Stitcher, and you're being a part of the whole collaboration there and subscribing and all that sort of stuff, check out thesexualllife.com/105 and get plugged into it. So what we're talking about here is doing whatever it takes to be the man that you want to be. All right. And we hardly ever do that. And really think about it. Think about how your life moves and what you do every day and how many choices that you sacrifice, you know, actually being a part of. Whereas we just let life happen to us. And today I was hanging out with my buddy Dave, and this is, you know, why I love TSL. This is, you know, it's a organization that I founded, but when I'm part of it, I'm an equal to it. You know, there aren't leaders or a dogmatic, you know, hierarchy to follow. And that is what makes it such a unique company, expression, way of teaching, and a social dynamic in itself, because it's dependent upon authenticity. It's dependent upon honesty. And if I have to be a leader, if I have to hold a facade, if I can't show my emotion, if I can't be real, and this is what I don't understand about teachers and gurus and all these people in this community of self-help and men's development or women's development, is that you have to be an authority. If you hold on to that presence, you are teaching from a point of dishonesty. You are teaching expression from not being you. And that's just something that we could never do, and you know, took maybe a little bit longer to develop a system around it and a way of teaching, but that is how TSL works. And so I was talking with Dave and going through kind of a hard time in his life, and he going through a divorce and losing a lot of things, and man, does not have, and man, he has a lot to lose, you know, or has lost. And I've seen him go through this process, and we're, you know, 6-8 months into it. And, you know, when that happens as a man, it challenges everything in your life. And think about this. Really think about this. When nothing is working in your life, when your love is gone, you know, don't forget rejection and going up to a girl and getting turned down. When you get rejected from life, when you lose your money, when you get depressed, your circle of friends isn't working against you, it's very easy to fall in a state of fuck it, fuck you, fuck everything. I'm going to blame the world, and fuck, this fucking sucks. I'm depressed every day. I wake up to a world where nothing is working, and my validation is actually in the negative because I don't have money, I don't have time, I don't have, you know, the love, I don't have the friendship, and everything that I believed in actually is proved to turn around and, man, you know, not be what I expected it to be or thought it would be or had faith in what it would be. I believed in bullshit. I believed in a lie. And we hear this over and over again from people, and, you know, some people handle it well and other people handle it in judgment and blame and all this other shit and whatever. But when I see somebody going through that and tell me, you know what, man? And he said to me, he said, you know what, Steve? He said, I needed to stop making it about no matter what. You know, don't get pissed no matter what. You know, don't get depressed no matter what. Don't get in these modes of, anger and pissed offness no matter what. And I needed to start making it about my vision and what I believed in and whatever it takes. And he's telling this to me, well, also in a lot of pain. He hasn't reached the top of the mountain yet. He hasn't reached the end of the horizon or whatever you want to call it. And he's sitting there telling me, he's like, man, I needed to fucking make my life. And as soon as I did this, it started to get a little bit more functional. I need to make it about spiritual growth in whatever it takes. Whatever it takes every day, I am going to move in a direction in what I believe in. And God, man, when I see somebody like that, and when I see somebody go through the motions, and when I see somebody do it, even when the external validation of their life isn't in line with it, God, man, that is my fucking hero. That is my experience which changes me. That is what teaches me. And man, even to step back about, no leaders, no hierarchy, no teachers. What's so beautiful about that, when I can have a group and a connection and a connection to other men, other women, other people in my life that I have faith in, that I can be honest with, and he can be honest with me. And when we can do that and have that exchange, man, that's when your experience, you being you, your experience can be the fucking hero in your life. But because it all matters about an image, because doing the right thing, because about being alphas the way that we be happy, because we have to hold up a facade and we can't develop what our true beliefs are, our true ideals, and our true vision of what we want to be. We can't be that authentic version of ourselves. We keep ourselves from it. It's fucking horrible. It's criminal, man. This is one of the things that just so baffles me about the human expression, the human condition, is that it's so clear, it's so obvious. What makes us happy is how we can be us in relation with the world. And so he was telling me this, and man, I was like, Jesus Christ. There's so many of us men out there. There's so many of us women out there that know what we want, that know we want to have a good relationship, that know that we value self-love, that know that we need that to have the life that we want, that know that we need to wake up fucking happy. But rather than doing whatever it takes, we fucking make our life about what everybody else tells us it's supposed to be. When we wake up and we say, you know what, I'm going to have a good day. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to clear my head. I'm going to give. I'm going to put myself in a positive mood. But as soon as I hit a crack in the road, as soon as I hit a level of rejection, as soon as somebody cuts me off, as soon as, man, something doesn't go as it's expected, as it's planned in my divine world, man, I throw it all out the window. And think about that, man. Our happiness, our state of being, our sexual life, our social life, our ideals, our expression, your value, man, we make that dependent upon our expectation of the world. We make that dependent upon, God, our own vision of our desperation. If I'm going to be happy, I hear it over and over again. I hear with men, I'm going to be happy as soon as I can get this woman. I'm going to be happy as soon as I can, fuck this chick or get this attention or get this amount of success or get this money or whatever and yada, yada. And I hear the same thing with women, or I'm angry because, and I'm justified in my anger because this injustice is there. And we live in this fucking cage of our own ideas, our own fears, our insecurities, which are just reactions for us not having a vision, not being able to find what we believe in, and not being able to put one foot in front of the other, no matter what. Not put one foot in front of the other and do whatever it takes. Think about that. Think about it. What do you believe in right now? What do you really believe in? Do you really think you're going to have a relationship with somebody if you don't love yourself? And there's no rules on relationships. Do you really think you're going to get your ideal sexual life if you can't be you and live in your own skin? That sexual life doesn't have any boundaries or definitions. It's yours. That could be promiscuity. That could be monogamy. That could be being celibate. Do you really think that you can get there without doing whatever it takes to act on your own expression. So what do you believe in? What do I believe in? Where am I with it? How am I going to live love? How am I going to live passion? How am I going to live as an expression of myself no matter what happens? How am I going to have faith in those things? Because, man, it's not ever going to be a smooth road. It's not ever going to be totally easy. But what it is going to be is always my expression, always my discipline, always my faith in what I believe in. And man, when I can live peacefully with all this, whether it's good or bad and independent of that, that's when I get to my true expression. And when I can connect that true expression to the world, that is how I can have an experience. I can have a heroic moment with another human being in front of me like I did tonight. When I connected with my friend who I've connected with so many times, my equal, another human being, sharing and being honest. That moment is my hero. That moment is my inspiration. And Jesus Christ, that's what I fucking want to live for. You're born to be social, you're born to be sexual, you're born to be you. Thanks for listening.